Now let's see if I'm going to break this. I've never done this. Yeah, I've done it before, but I guarantee nothing. Hey, it says we're live.
It seems that
Everyone
way.
thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
See, I'm not Ray. I told you I'm not good with this. I had to figure out where
That-
it was. That's overlay. So, hi, I'm Pyle Hazard, and I am here with our wonderful Friday, part of the Allied Network. If you guys are tuning in, you guys are looking, you guys are wondering, yeah, this was a totally different thing because this is a new show. We're going to try this with you guys, see if you guys like it, and if you like it, cool. If you don't, you're still going to have to deal with it because we're going to keep this rolling. And one of the reasons that we even started this is because I love traveling. And when I go places, there's a lot of different places that I go past. Yeah, the destination from point to point might be awesome when you get to that destination. But some of the best things that you can encounter is just taking that journey and finding out stuff that you've never seen before, going through mountains. These mountains are something that, you're not used to. So, check that out. So this episode, we're going to talk about a couple of years ago. And when I say a couple of years ago, I mean, it was a lot longer than what I thought it was. Myrtle Beach. And I still talk about Myrtle Beach. But the reason I talk about Myrtle Beach is probably not the same reason that most people would. Everybody would be like, oh, it was relaxing. Oh, I loved it. Oh, I was not seeing that all the time. That was one of the biggest things. When you talk about Myrtle Beach or you talk about beach, that is what I was thinking I was getting into, being on the edge of the ocean, being there and this and that. My experience with that was a lot different. We went on the 4th of July weekend. This is what I encountered. Man, that is a lot of people, which is great. Which is great to see the flybys and this and that. But I tell you, it just, man.
Look at it!
Now, we did have lots and lots of that stuff. Military planes, this and that, going by. It was exactly that. A military holiday, being 4th of July. So military wanted to go ahead and show off their equipment, which was great. But one of the biggest problems that I have is, man, that's a lot of concrete. You can see the hotels, you can see this and that. I'm a person that's more of nature. So when I thought I was getting the beach, I got a whole bunch of people in golf carts. I got a whole bunch of paved roads. I got a whole bunch of concrete, whole bunch of shops that you go 1 mile and there's the exact same type of shop over and over again. So this is not my forte, but I will say that there are some stuff that I did enjoy. This is the pool. We went ahead and we rented a house, and they had this pool, and it was a salt water pool, which, you know, Myrtle Beach gets hurricanes. Of course, this would be the smart thing. And that's awesome. But, you know, Myrtle Beach also has places like Ripley's, believe it or not. And you're able to, with Ripley's, get a package that it can take you to the aquarium where you can see different stuff at the aquarium, which, you know, is always awesome seeing that. But it also takes you into the museum where they have wonderful pieces like this. And that is one of the biggest things. Being able to see some of this crazy stuff, Ripley's has made an entire market off of it. And absolutely, yes, that's my boy. He don't look like that anymore. My goodness, has he grown up. But these are the things that you go, and when you have a big successful place like Myrtle Beach or Tennessee has Gatlinburg, which also has a Ripley's. Believe it or not, and the aquarium. But it's just, you know,
Oh yes,
one of those.
I love
It
the
does.
aquarium.
Right. And they do a great job with their aquariums. They do a great job with their different stuff they have. I mean, this is a buoy outside of Ripley's, which is awesome. You know, it's one of those things that when you go down to places like this, it is absolutely a business area. So when you're talking about, oh, I'm going to walk on the beach. Yeah, there's beach. But you're only going to get this in the wee morning or when it's dark. Because there is so many people that go down to Myrtle Beach. And I was not ready for that. I almost got hit by 3 golf carts. And that's just walking. When you're talking about Myrtle Beach, that has to be where you can buy, sell, and trade your golf carts. I have never seen so many golf carts. But there again, I've never been to something like that. But I will tell you that one of the coolest things is Myrtle Beach is known for being the capital of having the most putt-putt golfs. Like miniature golfs. They have more than any other. It is a tourist trap. Absolutely. But we went to a T-Rex one, and that was pretty cool seeing that on the bathroom. That was creative to me. It's just one of those things, you know. So when you're doing these trips, you guys go past so many different things, and you go past this thing, come back through, look at it, and you miss it. You go back through. And the one thing that me and my family loves to do is we like to get Chinese. So when we were on our way through Myrtle Beach, we found a wonderful buffet that claimed 120 items on buffet. I'm telling you right now, that buffet did not disappoint. Had to be more than that. And I was super excited about it. Because that buffet was like the cat's meow to me. I'm going to show you a very embarrassing photo, and if she's watching, she will beat me. Beat me repeatedly, and I don't care. That right there is some good Chinese food and good family hospitality. I mean, I'm just saying, when your family looks at you like you're an oddball, but doesn't care because there's food, yes. Now, the ice cream in this place was so amazing Friday. Absolutely was. You could actually get it and use the spoon, and it came off at a perfect temperature. Like, it's not rock hard. It wasn't melting. It was perfect. Like, they just opened a brand new one. But every ice cream was like that. They were so busy in that place. I highly recommend it. I hope that me and my family, we even say, hey, who wants to make a 12-hour journey to go get Chinese? That's how good it was. Have we made that journey again? No, we have not. But me and my wife, we enjoy going through the mountains. And me being in Ohio, we have the foothill or the Appalachian mountain range that's a little bit in Ohio, a little off. And, there's a lot of mountains in West Virginia and Virginia. And to get to where we had to go through Point Pleasant, which before my son was a Mothman fan, we got him through there. But we traveled through that way. They were actually constructing a new section of 35, I do believe, when we went down there. I've been down there since then. In that stretch, it's beautiful, and you can actually tell that it's still a newer section. Mind you, Myrtle Beach was 2021, maybe, yeah, somewhere in there. So it was no, it might have been 20. I don't know. Maybe I should have paid attention when the photo stamps were. But no matter what, when you go on these trips, that's one of the greatest things, going through the mountains, because we don't have the mountain range around us. I've had people multiple times talk about how they're going through Ohio, and they didn't realize that we have so many soybeans or so much corn. And the biggest question is, what do you have in Ohio? We actually have a lot in Ohio. And one of the things that Ohio has started to do, and I think it's absolutely amazing, is they have started to renovate. Well, there's a pro and a con with this. Let me point that out, okay? The pro is that they're remodeling the rest areas to make them more friendly. They're getting to the point where you can actually look at what is coming up on your journey. If it's a rest area that's near Columbus and you're heading towards Columbus, it'll have different ideas for you to possibly stop in Columbus and check out some of these things, maybe in Delaware, Ohio, or something like that. This is where the con is. You don't shut down 4 rest areas in a row. I-75 in Ohio has done this. The closest one being done to being completed is Piqua, and it's still not going to be completed for at least a month. I guarantee it. But I'm sure when it gets completed, the northbound is going to say something about maybe Wapakoneta, Ohio, which is the birthplace of Neil Armstrong, and it has the Neil Armstrong Air and Space Museum. Or you can turn it around and possibly go the other direction, and I'm guaranteeing that the southbound lane is going to say something about the the United States Air Force Museum. I guarantee it. And if it does it, I feel like we've really missed one. I know there's so many historical spots in Dayton, but these rest areas that we're putting in are supposed to attract people to not just drive by. They're supposed to add to their journeys. And that's one of the things that I love about this series that we're actually going to go. We go so fast through different stuff that we don't see everything. I'll tell you, I am a fan of going through the middle of Chicago. Why would I want that? There was a traffic jam. Yeah, the traffic jam wasn't as much fun, but there was so many things that I've never seen in my travels around here that highway going through Chicago was able to show me. Like a tweaker. I'm just saying, I've never seen a real live tweaker come up and ask me if I could offer him anything because he would take anything. And I just started laughing and asked him if he wanted a bottle of water, and he said, no, that's not what I want. You said anything. So what did I do? As the other two people were in the vehicle, they absolutely begged me to roll up the window and not to talk to him and please turn down the music. Oh, no, I cranked it up and seeing if he could tweak to it. Am I possibly going to get shot? Yeah, maybe. But
always a possibility.
It's one of the things. You got to have fun in your journeys. You got to look at stuff. I mean, going from Ohio down to Myrtle Beach, there's so many haunted houses that I'm sure I went past. It's in South Carolina. I had to go through North Carolina to get to South Carolina. There's some haunted houses in North Carolina. Would I have jumped in the vehicle to go? Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what the whole thing is. Now, Friday, you might have to help me with some research here because I can't remember.
What?
This right here is the only mountain in North Carolina.
Okay.
It's not a range. It looked like a giant pimple to me. But yeah, I know we were talking about it, and I can't remember what it's called. But North Carolina's got it. And anybody watching, if you have an idea what it's called, you can absolutely tell me because, you know. But this is awesome.
Blue Ridge?
Yes. No.
Smoky? Mitchell? You said North Carolina.
Yeah, it's in North Carolina. I know it is. Blue Ridge in North Carolina is a beautiful pathway. I know I could be totally wrong nowadays because it's been so long ago. But I remember
Mount
Blue Ridge.
Mitchell.
It might be Mount Mitchell.
And it's part of the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Oh, there you go. I remember talking about the Blue Ridge years and years ago. In the Blue Ridge, you can actually travel down a road, and it is a slow path to go down this road, and it winds and turns and this and that. And, you know, us, we don't like to wind and turn. We just like to go straight. So they made the interstate to bypass all that. And that's the great thing. If you need to be there at a certain time, the interstate's where you need to go. But just like Route 66 out west, the interstates have bypassed this stuff, and you do not get the people off of these paths.
No, to make it easier to get to where you're going is the point of those.
Right. And that's awesome. I know when we stopped at a rest stop, that was there. They're fully functioning too. I thought it was great. Rest areas that actually had payphones. I don't see them anymore.
No.
Went down to West Virginia. They had a couple when me and Raz went to West Virginia. Um, and trust me, when we get on this episode, we talk about West Virginia and we talk about the Bigfoot Festival and the wonderful travel we did, me and Raz did with this one. That one's going to be great because Mother Nature tried killing us
Yes.
4 times. But what I want to get with these episodes is, number one, we want to show the different things that we have encountered. And when we show the different things we've encountered, that's one of the greatest things because we go past so many different things and it's not necessarily point A to point B. I mean, that mountain, there's a way to get to it, but we've seen it from the interstate. We did not stop. Maybe we should have. Some of the places that you go past might be total gems. And, so when we go and get into more of these episodes, we're going to have more people joining us. And when we have more people joining us, we're going to have people that are asking questions left and right. Hey, what about this? What about that? It's one of those things that we look forward to it, but we have to be able to make the journey and sometimes get off the well-beaten path, because if you keep on following the well-beaten path, that's the only path you're going to know, and it's not going to be as much fun. So that's what we're going to do in these shows. Now, some states, it takes hours and hours to get across, and Texas just seems like that one state that it doesn't take hours, it takes half a day. Because if you travel with 10 hours in Texas, you're still in Texas. I thought that was hilarious when I found that one out, but from where I am to Myrtle Beach, it was 12 hours. Now, when I left Myrtle Beach, I can officially say that I got back and I was like, okay, well, we'll see how I feel. There's one thing I love to do here in our state of Ohio, and I love working. I'm a workaholic. I know I am. So when I got back from Myrtle Beach, the same day, I went to go work at Country Concert. We left at 7 o'clock in the morning, and by 9 o'clock, I was on the grounds of Country Concert. We stopped.
That does not surprise me.
No, if you know me, that doesn't surprise a single dang person. But yeah, I enjoy working. And in my job is some of the greatest things because I travel. I travel down a lot of beaten paths, but so Friday, I got a question for you. What is one of the funnest things that you have seen on the side of the road when you're traveling?
Large yellow statues, concrete cornfield, a giant teapot that is a restaurant.
Okay.
That one was actually called Martha's Bloomers.
So this is where it gets interesting. I travel down I-75, and when I travel down I-75, there's a lot of different items that fall off of vehicles. And I'm not sure why I found these 2 items in like 2 different weeks, but sure as the heck. Seen a suitcase that had fallen off of a pickup truck, off the top of a car, trailer. I don't know. I don't care. But here's what was funny. It broke open, and you could clearly see that all these items came out of this briefcase.
Yes.
And we like to play the game. Call the friend up and say, I spy with my eye something that's down in I-75. And it was a whole bunch of dildos.
That's what I was thinking it probably was.
Yep. A week later, another one was busted open, and it was lingerie. So I don't know if there was some kind of convention somewhere and the vendor just lost half of his products.
It's a possibility.
But there was one that was worse than that, actually. And I cannot make this up. I-75 has some of the best random things to find. Between the Cincinnati and Dayton, it just seems like everything falls off the wagon. One of the items that fell off a wagon somehow, some way, and I don't even know why in the heck this would be actually inflated, but it was a inflated man. And as the traffic was going by, his man parts was waving to everybody. I can remember cruising by going, that's not something you see every day. When you're making your travels, it's very important for you to pay attention. Don't ride right behind somebody, because if they didn't dodge something, you're not going to know to dodge it. There's always going to be that thing of, what if I don't exactly make it to where I'm supposed to be because something happened? Always, when you're on your travels, first aid kit, fire extinguisher, some brightly colored item. That way you can signal to people, hey, something's going on. And for Pete's sakes, once you buy a vehicle, please find out where the hazard lights are. On top of that, the windshield wipers. Go find the windshield wipers. My dad had a vehicle for 1 month. And in that 1 month, it did not rain. And then all of a sudden it started raining, and he had to find the windshield wipers. But yeah. So, Friday, do you have any questions about anything? Because honestly, that's what the people in the show is going to do. Start asking questions.
As you were going through the mountains, what did you see that made you want to go back?
To go back to where the mountains were?
Yeah, anywhere in the mountains.
Okay, so I have been to North Carolina, and then I've traveled down to South Carolina. 2 different events, 2 different times. And I can officially say that one of the biggest things is just the sheer amazement of how tall these mountains go. And this happened when me and Raz was going down to West Virginia also. How tall these actual mountains go. Because if you've never been into the mountains, better yet, if you've never been in Virginia and going down to one of the Carolinas, it is amazing because the state line is a mountain range. You go through a tunnel to get into the state. And you make sure you pay attention to this flashing light if it's flashing. Because if it's flashing, you don't enter the tunnel. Never seen it flashing. But on this trip down to West Virginia, in this trip down to South Carolina, we didn't even get out of, my neck of the woods before we seen something. And we seen a pickup truck slam into the medium with a trailer and another pickup truck on that trailer. And of course we had to stop and check on them, but that's one of the things that you never know when something's going to happen, so you pay attention. Passengers, if you could help the driver a little bit. Stay off your phone as much. We know how passengers like their phones. But I'm just saying, look around, see what's going on. It's beautiful. Going through the mountain ranges, it always amazes me when you look at your southbound and you're going northbound and you don't see it. The reason you don't see it is because it could be like 100 to 200 feet down below you. And it's just amazing. In my neck of the woods, I-75, it stays straight with each other. You don't lose it. But in the mountains, you will. When you go and you take the pikes, like the West Virginia pike, when you take that, you're going to have a toll booth. The first time we went down that way, we got into the first toll booth and it snowed so much. This trip, we went through there. It was beautiful. It was sunny. But it is just absolutely amazing. There are stops on the toll booths for you to fill up fuel. And I'm going to highly recommend to fuel up before you get on those, because the price of fuel when you're on the toll booths and you're on the West Virginia pike, you've really got to pay attention, because the price is going to be so much higher just because you can't go nowhere. There's no other fuels for you to get. So they make little stops, truck stops, where you can stop, park, go to the bathroom. I think the one had a Burger King in it.
Oh,
But just
sometimes,
seeing... What's that?
dude, truck stops are always one of my favorite parts of the journey.
Yeah, we stopped in it, and it seemed like every 5 seconds you would look over, and there was another black bear snow globe. That's what it was. Black bear snow globes.
Of course.
That said West Virginia on it.
Well, duh, that's their thing.
Well, that's true, but I'm just saying, when you're traveling to these places, you're absolutely going through and you're seeing constantly the same exact items, because if you didn't stop at one, you'll stop at another one.
Yeah.
The way down, we got fuel before we got into the toll booth areas. And then when we were coming back, I stopped. And I was just like, hey, I'm going to stop, but check this out. So it's always one of those things that you never know what you're going to get into. Mountains,
Yeah.
I love mountains.
I do too.
I rather have the mountains than the concrete. Cities are made for conventions. Stress relievers are made from what kind of nature you can find.
Oh, yeah.
Just my personal opinion. If you're a city person, you're a city person. We did go on the Myrtle Beach giant Ferris wheel. Am I a fan of that? No. Did I want to be on it? No. Once again, 4th of July weekend, people will send fireworks off. But when you do this, 90% of the time, are you really doing it for yourself, or are you doing it for what you think the kids want? Kids had a blast. When I left, the rest of my family got to stay down there, and they stayed inside because the next day was a hurricane that went through. Did it work out for me? No, really didn't care. I would have absolutely tried sleep pills all the way through a hurricane, but they experienced a hurricane. That's something they can say they did. Um, the swimming pool had crabs. And when I say crabs, I mean like there was beach crabs, and every day we would go and get the crabs out and let them out, and it seemed like the next day there was like three more. It was just really interesting how Mother Nature has said, you know what, we're still going to make this our thing.
Well, of course.
When we were down there, somebody was on the pier. They said that they seen a shark, which would have been awesome to see. I didn't see it. Someone said that it was a dolphin. Once again, dolphins are very popular, so maybe it was a dolphin. But you also got to think about how far can I push my fuel? I mean, Friday, you've been on those kind of journeys, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see the next town. Let's see what their gas price is. Oh, man.
Yeah.
One of the things that me and Raz likes to do on our journeys when we go out, we like to find La Rosas.
Yeah.
Finding La Rosas. That's an awesome thing. We did that when we did the Frogman Festival. And that's just one of the things that we like to do. Honestly, last journey we did, we found Ponderosa. How many Ponderosas are still around? Not that many. Which makes me really amazed that I don't think you guys have Ponderosas on your neck of the woods.
Nope. I do want to know what is your favorite truck stop on the journey?
I can't say that on too many journeys. My favorite truck stops. I guess I like to go to the ones that I've never seen around here. I mean, around here we have Loves, we have Pilots, we have Flying J's. We even have truck stops that are speedways. Casey's have truck stops. These are all nice truck stops. There's TAs. TAs are very common. So when I find a truck stop that's a little different, absolutely. I think the one we stopped at was it wasn't a Snowco truck stop. It was I don't even remember what it was. But any truck stop I get a chance to stop at, Sheets. There's Sheets ones too.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Sheets in so long. It's not funny.
You know what truck stop you won't ever find?
What?
The Little Beaver one. Because the Little Beaver one is not truck stops.
Oh, that. Okay, I can say there's a lot of wonderful things about that place. The part where it's not trucker friendly pisses me off.
Oh yeah, but that's my personal opinion. I know there's a lot of bumper stickers that have the happy little beaver place on there. But you know, I'm just saying, there's one coming close to us, and I have no intentions of going to it. Just because I am a truck driver, I love driving around. But when I say that, I need people to understand I am a local truck driver. So I don't get to go all these different places all these other truckers go.
There is a difference between local and long haul. Long haul is the one that goes completely across the country and back. Local means they have a finite area that's within a few hours of their place of business.
Yep. So it's usually like a 500, 600 mile day. Mine's always under 500 miles. If I go over 500 miles, our company just absolutely has had a panic attack before. But I
Was it
travel
your
a
fault?
lot. No, he scheduled it. He did it. The dispatcher. It's all his fault.
Okay. Yep, we'll
And I
blame him.
even double checked with him. Said, "You do know what you did to me," and he said it needed to get done. If you do, if you are a truck driver and you're doing locals, there is a possibility that you can do something like a long haul and go over the miles and go over this and that, but you can only do it once a year or once a month. Maybe it's once a month. I have not had to do it, so I don't know for sure. But then you have to actually put paper log hours. We're all going to these electronic logs. Now, if you're a short hauler, you don't have electronic log. You have a GPS tracker that tells you when you're going to cross state lines. That way, taxes get done, and you know one state got taxes and the other state got taxes because there are taxes on miles. But yeah, it's always one of those things that when you're traveling, your journey is going to be a lot different based on where you're going and what you're driving. Because I'll tell you right now, there are some McDonald's that I can get the big semi in, and I'm pretty fluent in those on my local routes, even though I don't like McDonald's that much. But when you're hungry, you will stop at the giant golden arch. Yeah, you can laugh at it. It's okay.
I'm not laughing at it. I'm laughing at a story my dad did.
Oh, boy.
He decided to walk up to the order menu, the drive-through, walk up to it and say, "I would like to order," because he couldn't get inside because it's crowded. It's like, "Sir, you have to have your vehicle. You don't want me to bring my truck."
Right.
They're
And
not
that's
understanding that he was pointing at the truck. "Sir, you have to get your truck." He came in with his truck, and they're like, "Oh, I understand now."
yeah.
So I was laughing at the dad trucker because
So I will tell you, there are some places that I can get a semi. I can park that semi there, no problem. There are some places that you don't want a semi to go, and your GPS is not always semi-friendly. So when it says that this road connects into this road, don't always believe it, because it might have you go through a White Castle parking lot to turn around. Not saying I've done that, but yeah, don't trust GPSs all the time. That being said, when you're in a vehicle, don't always trust your GPS either. Take some time to look at your mapping, because if you can actually look at a map, it's probably going to help you. Why do I say this? Because me and Raz, once again, we'll talk about this, I'm sure, ran into a sign that says, if your GPS is taking you here, it has lied to you. And then it says private property. And when the guy looked at us and said, "Hi," I said, "Hi, I imagine you're the one that put that sign there." He goes, "Yes, sir, I did." I said, "All right. So the next question I'm going to have is going to be a good one." And he said, "What's that?" And I said, "So what part did the GPS lie to me, and how am I going to get where the GPS stopped?" And he started laughing, and he goes, "Back up, go down that road, keep on following this path. Once you follow that path, you're going to hit that asphalt, take a left. Once you take that left, you're going to go up, down, and then you're going to start seeing some signs." Okay. I will also tell you, GPSs, if it's on your phone, and Friday, you should know this. If a
Oh, I do
GPS
know
is
this.
on your phone, if it loses signal, you lost your GPS.
Very true.
A
That
actual
and
GPS device runs off of satellites.
what he says is true because on my GPS compared to other, I guess, app GPSs, mine will bring me straight to where we were living. The problem is for other apps, it will bring you. It took people like directly behind us to the mechanics that was like directly on the other side of the field from where we were living, and it's like it says you live here, but this is clearly a Jarvis. And I'm like, crud.
I know Jarvis. I've heard that name before.
Oh, I love Jarvis. Jarvis was amazing. It's one of the best tire and so on place to take your vehicle. I loved the ones there.
So, one of the things that you'll have to understand there is car GPS and there is truck GPS.
Yes.
Recently in the news, we have seen time after time after time that says a truck has went down this path and ended up taking out of a bridge, or the bridge took the truck out, or whatever. This is because they are following the GPS. GPSs on your phone, these apps are great until they're not. And when I say that, I mean, if it looks like a road, AI will play it as a road. Bike paths are not roads.
No.
Walking paths are not roads. It says
No.
that there's a shortcut. What you should have done was stayed on the state route.
Yes. And
Another
pay attention to the signs.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the signs and the heights on the signs, please, people.
What? Are you saying that a car could hit a bridge? Clearly not that.
No, you may miss the part where you're going back in the boonies and you're going to go over a bridge and it tells you that it raises and you totally miss the part that it raises and you don't decide I can jump it. If you're in a rig, pay attention to the heights on the signs of the bridges.
I got one for a car. Okay. We're talking about bridges. You ready?
Yeah.
If you've got stuff on the top of your car, your car's maybe at the max 6 foot, right? With extra height.
Yeah.
If there's stuff on top of that car, this is where it's going to get tricky. If you've got those platforms on top of your car that are 2 inches, okay, that's 2 inches. Then you got a bag. That's a few feet. That's a few more feet. Then you got this, you got that. How about a kayak in the back of a pickup truck that goes above that kayak or above that cab? How tall is that?
Possibly 3 more feet taller.
Possibly taller than the bridge that you're going to go under. I'm just saying. What is a great idea for a lot of people? And I don't know if anybody else has done this, but I have done this. Okay? I know that every trailer I have can fit under 12 feet. Once you get to 12 feet, it's a mystery game. Why do I know this? 12 feet is the height of our shop door for us to back up all the trailers. Every trailer fits in that 12-foot door. So anything under 12 feet is a mystery game that I'm not playing. Anything above 12 feet, I don't care. It's above 12 feet. I'll just go past it, go through it, whatever. Here is the biggest thing. There are things called tape measures. Measure what your height is, guesstimate, and add another foot. Why do I say add another foot instead of guesstimating and put 2 inches? Have you ever paved a road? You know they pave roads on top of paved roads, right? What's
Yes,
that mean? That's
you got
2
another
inches
3 to 4 inches.
that sign might not be corrected. So,
True.
when you're cruising down the road and it's like, oh, okay, well, clearly I'm 8 feet. And it says I have 8 feet and 6 inches. Well, they paved that road, and what they didn't notice was they paved that road and there's a bump. Guess what? You just added 4 inches to 6 inches. You will run into the bottom of that. Or hanging bolts. Have you ever went under a bridge that had hanging bolts? I have.
Not in a long time. Now,
So-
okay, on this path thing,
Go
my
ahead.
grandmother took the path that was a road and ended up going on one of those little park things where you go down the stairs in front of a
Right.
building,
Right?
and she ended up driving through it and down the stairs trying to get back on the road. The cops did not like that.
Different states are going to have different attitudes in their law enforcement. I'll tell you that too.
Well,
If you are
vehicles
out
weren't
of
supposed to be
state,
there.
if you're out of state, those officers see those different plates. It's a mystery game. Because some states, they'll cite you and they'll tell you you have to show up for court. When you don't show up for court, then it becomes a bigger issue. So what they do is they have to hire an attorney if they're not going to be in court to speak on their behalf. And it is a whole questionable game. Every state's different. Know your state laws that you're going to go through. Some are gun friendly and some aren't. So your little thing that you keep for protection may not be the best thing to bring to the state line.
Yeah, there are definitely PSA TikToks about states where you go from Texas, and the little friend that some people keep to keep them safe are not allowed, and in other states they ask you why you don't have one if you don't, and you're carrying you're taking loads to and from places. So yeah.
Best advice I could give you is if you're thinking New York, just don't do it.
No,
Don't do it.
They
Don't
tried,
even think about it.
They tried breaking into the trailer, and then they were confused when the 7.5 foot tall man tapped him on the shoulder and asked them what they were doing.
Well, I was talking about bringing your friend with you. Yeah, don't just leave your little friend that, makes objects go pretty fast because of gunpowder. Leave that back home. Not in New York.
I don't want to go back there. I'm fine.
There's only a couple of reasons I would want to go to New York, but it's not something that's on my bucket list. I want to go through New York to get to a state, but I really don't want to be in New York. New York City's got a lot of concrete. Have we ever told you guys that I really don't like concrete? I mean, I can bring a photo back up and tell you this is acceptable to me. Look at that. That's got concrete. I no. And if you look in the background, look at all those tall hotels, more concrete. Yeah. Concrete means that people's going to drive on it, or you're going to get hit by a golf cart. I have never seen so many golf carts. Myrtle Beach. I gotta hand it to you guys. You guys really know
that.
how. Yeah, yeah. This is acceptable. This is very acceptable. I love trains, so that's very acceptable. But when you guys are traveling, that's one of the things that you don't know what you're going to get into. Bad thing is Myrtle Beach was so back there past me that I don't remember everything that I was seeing. I remember we had a fun game with my son and my daughter as we were traveling. And it was, oh, look, zombie deer. Because there would be a deer on the side of the road. And we would tell her it's a zombie deer. So every single deer that we've seen was a zombie deer. Has this crossed over into her head? Yes. She now screams zombie possum, zombie raccoon, zombie deer, and zombie questionable meat.
Okay. I was just thinking, wait, for real, did you see that the zombie deers? Because those are actually real.
Well, yes, no, we have not seen those, but this was what we were talking about before the zombie deer really were pumping up to be actual zombie deer. I'm just, yeah. So Friday, what kind of card games do you guys play? Do you guys play any card games?
Dante's favorites I Spy. Sometimes we do the alphabet scavenger hunt, where you either try to find vehicles or cars or places that start with the alphabet. We're not many.
So this is always a hard thing on these screens because I am backwards. So if I write something backwards, I gotta do it a little different. So hold on here, because
Alrighty.
I gotta be correct with a camera, right?
Yes.
Because everything is backwards for us. So it took me so long, and then I go and I do a Zoom meeting, and the Zoom meeting is totally opposite of this. So see if my brain has outdone me again. That's correct. So anyway, if this is a license plate, the fun game we like to do is, what does the LHL stand for? It could be Laura had lemons, and this is the game that we play. I don't know if that's ever a game that you guys have played, but this is how we go. We also play the wonderful game of 50 questions. Like somebody will find out questions and just pull out random questions. And every trip you can reuse these questions because your opinion will change by the time you get into the next trip.
Yes.
But yeah, but that's what we do. We read license plates and we just add numbers to, okay, well, it's Laura has lemons, and then she has 1,234. You know, that's how we play it. Now, on the camera, no kidding, because I had to write it like this, which is backwards. Then I had to copy it on the other side. So Fun thing about
The
our
really
show.
funny thing is the first one you showed me before you flipped it over, that was right side. Because whenever I see it, it's backwards.
That's backwards?
No, that's frontwards.
Right. This is writing correctly. Like
Yes.
me saying here. Yeah. So what I had to do was take that page
Hmm.
and I had to trace on the other side.
Yeah.
That way we could actually read it on our show. Because
That's backwards.
that's annoying. This
Yep,
is
and
backwards
the
backwards
other way was
to
that's
me.
backwards. Yeah, it's backwards to you, and the other one was
Right.
frontward.
Yeah. It's absolutely like a killer on this show when you're writing something and then you want to hold it up because you're like, haha, I'm going to send a message to everybody. And it's going to say, oh, it didn't work. But yeah, that's one of the things on the show. Everything to us is totally backwards. That's why if we have shirts or anything, like mine says Camp Daddy, it's totally backwards on Camp Daddy.
It looks proper to me.
That what? That looks
I
right?
can read. Yeah, that looks right.
Does it?
Yeah, look, I can see it reads Cat Daddy.
Well, I'll be gosh dang. On my screen, it's backwards.
Yeah, when it's backwards for you, it's frontwards for us.
Do you know how many messages I've written? And I had to go this. Have you noticed how many shows I've popped something up and it's been backwards apparently for you then?
But the thing is, I can read backwards.
Well, that's fair enough, but can't believe this. All these years, all these shows I've been doing that, and no one said a single thing about, hey, all your stuff is backwards. That's messed up. Well,
here's the
that's
question.
something I figure
Am
out.
I pointing at you or am I pointing the opposite direction?
You're pointing the opposite direction.
So if I point this way, I'm pointing at you.
You're pointing at me.
For me, I'm pointing at the wall.
Right.
And this way, I'm pointing directly at you. Do you get the idea?
Right. And this way, I'm pointing at you.
Yeah. But
okay.
For me, you're pointing away. Anyway, I fully expect we're going to have a whole entire show about Ponderosa in the future.
Oh, thank God. It's like the best thing in the world right there. Ponderosa.
Yeah, that's why I figure we'll wait on the Ponderosa thing. You can fill 2 hours about Ponderosa.
I probably could do 2 hours. You know what? We need to have a podcast right on the edge of Ponderosa. We need to set up a podcast in the car as we talk about preparing ourselves for the Ponderosa. If you guys have never seen a Ponderosa, it's I know it's more like a eastern side of the country thing. I found this out, which is kind of funny because Ponderosa has a brother to the restaurant, and it's called Bonanza. And the reason that it's because Ponderosa and Bonanza was created together. They're exactly the same. Bonanza Steakhouse, Ponderosa Steakhouse. And it was all about this guy that loved the show Bonanza. And the family lived on the Ponderosa. Oh my gosh. We need to stop right now because I'll tell you right now, we are not destroying this. And we've already talked about the panty dropping cake before, but we'll talk about it again because it's good to know. There was no last time I was there was no panty dropping cake, but there's 2 Ponderosas here in Ohio. I've been to both of them. I went to Warren, Ohio before they closed. And I'm just telling you, Ponderosa, it's the cat's meow. So Friday, I really don't know exactly where we need to go or how we need to do because, this is a pilot show. And honestly, I really don't remember too much about them except for, hey, if you're driving down the road, do me a favor. Get off my tail and I'll get off of yours. Number
That sounds like a
two on
plan.
this. Number two on this, and I'm not going to tell you you're a bad driver. And I prefer you not tell me I'm number one constantly. Usually most highways have 2 lanes. And I don't know if you know, but there is a thing called the mayonnaise and mustard rule. Okay. If you are near that mustard, you should be going as fast as you can, or as fast as the traveling. Okay. That is the passing lane. Now, if you go on the other side of the dotted mayonnaise towards the solid mayonnaise, and we can totally get into this one day too. That's slower traffic. So, if I'm going faster than you, please just, for your safety, for my safety, for everybody's safety, get over. Now, I understand that there are people with road rage. I understand that oh my gosh, the show is going to bring me up to a whole situation. I'm just telling you. Please be considerate, be courtesy. If you see the cop already got you on radar. So, you can slow down a little bit, this and that. But there's no reason to slam on your brakes. Because if you slam on your brakes, then everybody starts squirrel tailing. And yeah, we won't get into semi-weight on this show right now. But I am just saying, from one car to another. Yeah. But if I come across you and your car is in flames, I'm going to check on you and make sure you're okay. Yeah, you can scream at me and tell me that your world's ending, but you're going to make it through it because you're not in that car. Do I have fire extinguishers? Oh, yes, I do. Do I have more than what I should? Probably. Am I going to use them? If it's something like me being able to save you? Oh, yeah. Should you have a fire extinguisher in your vehicle? Yes, because fire extinguishers are made for escaping. And everybody wants to be out of a vehicle before it turns into the world's biggest hot pocket.
Yes.
And you're the meat sauce. There, I said it. No one wants to be meat sauce. Just saying.
This episode has squirreled.
Yeah, but we're good at that.
Oh, yeah.
If you've not known, you know what? I'm starting to believe that our network should have been known as the Night Squirrel. I mean, the Allight Network, it does have a purpose and a reason for it. But I'm just saying, the way that we squirrel, it's Night Squirrel.
Yeah.
So, do you have any questions that might be
generally pertinent to the trip? No, because I'm not a beach person. As for the rest of it, I'd have to actually look through what it does. I've been attacked.
That's fine. So I do want to point out, as every time that we go ahead and we have one of these shows, I will tell you right now that I go and I take it from Allight Network, Facebook, and I put it on mine. And I can officially tell you that, yeah, you're right. On the screen, my wonderful Reaper is facing the other way. He's facing that way.
Yeah.
Which brings it that way. I'd never known that. How many years have I been with the network? Gosh, dang it.
I love you.
You're right.
We've been together on the network. I think you've been here at least 2.
So I wonder if there's a way to reverse it on my end. Jeez.
Yeah, but
I'm
you
just
have to
saying.
go into the settings and you have to find the camera. And then you have to hit mirror.
We'll figure that out sometime. It's just not going to be tonight.
Yeah.
But I want everybody to know. I say this is a journey. I mean this is a journey. Always has been a journey. Every single episode, every single thing that we have ever done on this show. But the thing is, the journey is absolutely some of the best parts to a lot of things. Do you not agree?
No, it is one of my most favorite things. I love the different places we stop and find. And I think I like
There.
the journey to places,
There.
some places better than I like the place.
I just can't believe this. It has absolutely messed with me so many times. I've hold up pieces of papers and this and that. And that is correct now. That is absolutely. So now this is you.
Yep.
Absolutely is. But if you know of anything that we do in the network, it is absolutely we squirrel off of the case. Hopefully we can come back and have a lot more people with us. That way we can actually ask questions. Or if some of our people have been to some of these places, maybe talk about the places. Because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of wonderful places that everybody has been around. And it's not places that I have been. It's not places that she has been.
Mm-hmm.
That person right there, because I can point at him and it actually points correct. I can't believe I've been doing this for years, and yeah, I hope you know that I am happy and congratulations for making me feel like a nincompoop all these years. I did
That
not
was
know.
not the goal.
Oh, I know it wasn't, but I've been holding up pieces of paper. Dude, even the toilet paper I had backwards a couple of episodes. And no one said. Anyway, so we hope that you guys do come with this journey because the more people we have, the better questions we'll have. I know when you go down to West Virginia, there's a lot of things to West Virginia. It's not just Bigfoot country. It's not just Mothman country. It's not just Flatwoods monster country. Did you know there's a hot dog stand called Hillbilly Hot Dog that you pretty much gotta wait in line every single day? And the way they prepare their hot dogs is they deep fry them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Delicious hot dogs, though.
Yeah.
And perhaps that we can have some people on the show once in a while that are just randos and they can talk about where they went. Because I'll tell you what, I have never been to Hawaii. I've never been to Alaska. I've never been to... Well, there's some states I don't even want to go to.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Sorry, guys. I don't know about Florida. Florida is like a hit and miss for me. I do want to go to New Orleans. And guess what? This year, I am supposed to go to New Orleans. As long as everything works out, New Orleans. Yay. Now you're going to make me squirrel out even more doing that.
I think they're pretty.
Well, that's fine. But I'm just telling you.
They don't have to stay on.
Well, if you don't remember, we were doing this entire thing a couple of days ago, dealing with a book that might be coming out, might not be. I can't say because
Oh,
it's not
most
my news.
definitely is. It's coming out in October.
Just telling you.
And if you really want to get awesome, that one of the coolest places I know in West Virginia is the home of Faycore.
Is it the home or is it the home of the owner?
That's the home of the owner. I would say that's the home of Faycore because it's the home of the owner.
So I want to say home is where you make it.
Hmm.
So if Faycore products or Faycore stories are made here in Ohio,
Hmm.
in Texas,
Hmm.
West Virginia, many other states, can you really say that that is the home? Because the home is where
It's
you make it.
the home, yes, is where you make it, but I say it's the home of Faycore because without her, we wouldn't have a place to give our stories.
That's true. That's true. And there might be another story that's going to Faycore here pretty soon. But I can't talk about it because it's not my story.
Oh, as it's she's seen it because I linked it.
Oh yeah?
You're not going to give me that and me not be excited and share it with her. That's not how that works.
Well,
Because
I
I
said
need
it.
him to know. I need him to know that we are excited and grateful.
Yeah. Here pretty soon. He said that he wants to actually jump into a passenger seat on some of these shows too. And I said I have no problem with that.
We can
But yeah.
have up to 10 people. He can be one of the top people that are hosts. He always
Oh
has
yeah.
a place.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
you
He.
guys will see in the future. He is a previous guest host that we are excited about whatever future he makes, and we definitely hope to be a part of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And that's the thing. If you guys like our shows and you guys comment, maybe perhaps we'll grab you and get a hold of you and say, hey, you want to come join us for a show? We don't mind that at all. We like this. Um, our shows are totally different than anybody else's shows. We try our hardest to not squirrel, but we guarantee. Can we start putting a squirrel warning up? I
Yeah, we
just
can.
want to say, I feel like our network needs to have a squirrel warning. I'm just saying, Uh, maybe put up like a little triangle with a squirrel. We got a horse. We got a horse. We got or a poop monster too. I, that's something I don't I yeah. I'm just saying, a squirrel warning would be nice.
Oh yeah,
So yes, this is the pilot show. Unfortunately, every
we have
episode that we
squirreled
do,
everywhere.
we squirrel. We did not squirrel nearly as bad as Padded Cell. Padded Cell just absolutely, that is the one that doesn't need a squirrel warning because yeah,
Its whole entire intent is to squirrel.
right.
Oh,
So
and by the
I'm
way, he sends love.
aw, wrong show for questions for him. But if he's got any, he can ask questions, and that's what we want to do. We want to have questions. We want people to um just go out and enjoy themselves, listen to the show, figure out what we can do, what we're doing, because that's important to us, right?
Oh yeah,
That's important, right?
definitely important.
So, yeah, I'm
Okay.
hoping that our next episode will be a lot less squirreling and a lot more people. And in fact, there's traveling coming up.
Well, if
If you
it's
don't,
the one I think it is, I can have a definite path set up.
I don't know which one's up next. I don't know
Okay.
who's going to take a journey. I don't know who's going to talk about a journey. I am just going to sit back, relax, and look at them and say, "Where have you been traveling to?"
Oh, I want to tell about the Martin Dice Park adventure.
Go for it. Um, if you guys want to do some traveling, come to Ohio. I will absolutely tell you that there are trolls, gigantic trolls that are in a park in Dayton, Ohio. Gigantic trolls. Yes.
I want pictures.
Well, that's fine. Me and someone are supposed to go that way.
Okay.
Uh, we just got to figure out how not to squirrel so much.
Okay. How about we end it here?
I will end it whenever you would like to end it because honestly, we really have squirreled.
Yeah, we have
And
squirrels. So,
it's perfectly fine because, as these shows go on, we will get it figured out a little bit more. Um, Good news is this doesn't do a paycheck for me. Bad news is new shows are hard to get popularity behind it. Chainer's Haunted Secrets has got pretty good popularity,
oh yeah.
but we'll get the traveling owl figured out because we're good at it.
Okay. So, where do you want to be found?
Usually I want to be found here. Um, if it's the weekend, um, maybe at my house in bed, sleeping. Here in a couple weeks, I want to be found at Chainer's Field of Screams. But yeah, that's where I want to be found.
Okay. 1 second before we go, I gotta show this
You go for it.
because it's pertaining to what we were talking about.
Oh yeah,
Come on. 12 feet. We are serious, Clark.
yeah,
Damn.
yeah. No kidding. When you're traveling through places, please pay attention to those. Uh, there's actually a lot of those that actually have warnings that once you go so high on them, they will absolutely warn you and tell you, "Hey, this is something that you need to pay attention to," and you may not have paid attention to.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
That one is from Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile, Alabama. I imagine there's a lot of those in a lot of places.
Yeah, I'm just saying this one is from that area of Alabama.
So yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. We hope that you guys continue to join us, and we will figure out how not to squirrel so much, or we're just going to put up a squirrel warning because squirrel warnings are uh, pretty nuts. See what I did there?
Oh yeah. Ratatosker would love it, especially if you add the pecan whiskey.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Should it be a warning, squirrel warning, or should it be a squirrel uh, crossing warning? Because squirrels are running all through here.
Should probably find Squirrel Crossing. On that note, let's do the thing.
What you think? There's a
I
lot of
wonder what-
buttons here.
Let's find out what this one